pleasure for me to introduce our speaker for the evening, Mr. Parth Sharma. Founder of the Baby Boo, Mr. Parth Sharma is our super senior from the batch 2018. He started his entrepreneurial journey in the year 2018 during initial days of his college. Mr. Parth Sharma has founded 2 more startups, Shodo and Fashion Nation. He is the perfect example of, quote, there is no substitute for hard work. Welcome, sir. We are highly delighted to have you with us today. Having a conversation with a young entrepreneur like you will surely help us to gain some deep insights from about business perspective related to FMCG industry and life in general. Now, I would turn time over to you, Mr. Parth Sharma, and would request you to tell something about your entrepreneurial journey so far.
Hey, hi guys. Thank you for the ECL team. Thank you IBS Mumbai for having me over here. So, as Urvi mentioned about, you got the brief introduction about who am I and what I have done. But taking back the clock in 2013, where it all started. So, being an 18-year-old geek, like family pressure of being an engineering, just do computer engineering, and so taking forward from there. So it all started in 2013, where the first year of engineering, doing the hustling and here and there. 18-year-old boy who doesn't know where the target would be after a couple of years, or where we will land ourselves in our careers. So have an opportunity, I would say, because startup ecosystem was still building across India and especially in Mumbai, especially in Ahmedabad and Bangalore. Bangalore was already a Silicon Valley for the young entrepreneurs who were building out. There was a Flipkart, there was a First Cry, there was Snapdeal, there was Jabong, and number of startups were coming up. And 18-year-old boy who doesn't know about anything about the A of the business or a B of the business, doesn't know how to run it and doesn't know how to code. So after 6 months of a time, got an opportunity of being in one of the university's hackathon. It all started over there. Coding for more than 56 hours, building networking and interacting. Actually, everything for an entrepreneur is a network. How much and how feasible are you? How much interactive are you? How you place yourselves in the community and introduce yourself to a number of people out there. It doesn't matter you have an idea or not. It everything starts with networking only, whether it be a business, whether it be a tech part, anything you say. Correct. So this was the time of 2014 and 15 where Shodo was launched. So I will just brief about it what Shodo was. Shodo was a women empowerment. We were building Guru Udyogs. We were helping the NGOs they were the women who were the only bread earners of their family. So we used to train them. We used to provide them a job, whether it be on a daily wages, whether it be on a monthly wages. We connected with them at a ground level. So apart from there, the journey started. So we saw the opportunity of handicraft and handloom in India. So we already projected at least there was a compound annual growth rate of 69%. So where the Indian market already saw more than $100 billion market for handicrafts. There are n number of companies who build from the US who come to India, build their products, sell in the US back again. So where right now the single product, if you say whether it be a earring, whether it be the household item or a kind of a wooden box, which will be costing you 25 rupees, it has been sold in America, in the other European countries for more than $100. So that was the market we were tapping into, and we were not sure we will scalable or not. And again, a young team who doesn't know how to finance the things, how to market it, building the networking. Again, the bang on came 2016, where a Startup India, Stand Up India policy was launched. So defining the ball games over here, correct? So having those ball games coming down, everything was connected. So in 2016, we stopped Shodo, we merged it with Fashion Nation. Fashion Nation was the two entities actually. So it worked as a fashion plus animation thing for the high-end designers. We worked with Lakme Fashion Week. We worked with the designers like Mr. Ajay Kumar. So we were there, we were showcasing our products with them. And secondly, we're also boosting our handicrafts and handlooms. So we merged two things. We started it, but in 2017, again the biggest tragedy of Indian financials took place. That was demonetization, and the most affected industry was the textiles. So within 24 hours, whole of the business got shut down. Within 24 hours, the whole system which we were building in the 3 years and 4 years of hustle, what we were doing, it just came to a halt in the span of 24 hours. We were like on the ground. We don't know what to do. So we looked back, the teams got separated, the partners went away, then got an opportunity to be and to learn how the business works, where cleared the cat, cleared everything, scored good, but wanted to be in that college where opportunity knocks. Why I chose Mumbai other than colleges, I was selected at different leagues. I wouldn't describe the names over here, but the top 10 colleges of the world, I was selected over there. I was selected in Indian colleges, but why IBS Mumbai? There were two things. This was by a choice. Why? Because in Mumbai, you get the opportunity, you get the exposure. I was very near to IIT Bombay. Got an opportunity to be in the league games with them. ESL, I had an opportunity to be the brand ambassador of an IIT Bombay for a couple of years. Again, the hitting came. Spend 2 years in learning from finance to marketing, from HR, from operations. It doesn't matter you are an entrepreneur, you are from a marketing domain. But because in the morning you have to hit like this and you will be like, what are the finances, where the sales are going down, how the market is reacting. Every small things takes a matter which you have to knock it off in a single day. That's what entrepreneurs are built off. So yeah, that was from my side. We'll having a chat further. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. We are privileged to know about your experience. So here are some of the questions which our team has prepared for you. So can we go ahead with it, sir? How do you feel our peers impact us an individual, and how can parents bring the difference in handling the peer pressure?
Okay, so I will actually divide these two questions. Sorry, this one question into two. So peers firstly. So peers can be your friends, peers can be your family, and peers can be your relatives as well, who will be affecting your daily aspects of your life. So first coming to the peers as a friend. So IBS is having a more than a batch of 1,000 plus. So just let me know. I'm just asking a questions to you. Uh, what will be the rate who will pursue entrepreneurship?
There are around 100 students, so I believe at least 120 students will pursue entrepreneurship in near future.
See, here what comes, if they want to pursue it, why not now? And why not they have already started? Are they
Uh,
waiting for the right opportunity, or are they waiting for to get them, like they have a like a quick idea, they will pitch it and they will get funds, then they will like bring a team and the execution will take place. It's not that way around. If your friends are there, if any of the peers are with you, they will same day at the same moment, again what I mentioned, decision makers on the same line, they will take a decision and they will let you know, dude, I'm doing this business, I want to start a startup, let's do it. Don't sit for the placements, correct? Or sit for the placement, get selected, join a company, take experience and start it. But they won't let go that idea. They will be hustling behind it. They will be doing their R&D. They will be building their presentation. They're building their financials. So and so, n number of things takes place to build a startup. Correct. So everything starts at a zero. That's why zero has a so much value when it gets added behind one, two, three, or n number. So now coming down to the parents, I will tell here my story. So as I mentioned, I started in 2013, and there was a time when I haven't gone to my engineering college a single day. So I'm a very average student. I never visited my college. I just used to give my exams. Correct. So when my father got to know, so he got to know from the colleges. So like there's an interesting story coming over here. So, well, where are you? Well, I'm in my office, and I wasn't sure. It was just a call. "Okay, where are you? I'm in my office." So he said, "Where is your office?" And he didn't understand what I'm saying because it was in a flow. Correct. So I said, okay. I came back to home. I explained him everything. So this is the thing what I'm building. These are the things. And next day there was an interview and for Times of India there was interview for Ahmedabad Times and every newspaper. So and I okay tomorrow please come. There is a meet actually happening where people are writing about me for the first time. He said, "Why should I come when you're not visiting the college and you don't know how the things work out? Why you want to do a business? Why you want to don't want to pursue the jobs? Why you don't want to pursue the foreign exposure? Where what you want to go forward with?" I said just a single line. "Yeah, I want to be an entrepreneur." So a 19 or 20-year-old odd guy doesn't know what an entrepreneurship is. He just heard a new fancy word entrepreneur. So that's what parents feel like. He just इसने कहीं पे देख लिया है, and that's the thing, and he just want to pursue it. As the Indian market is a very scarce market or very bright market. You say it has a two side of the different coins. I have seen both the markets actually. What's on the ground, what's in the middle, and what's in the higher range. So okay, that took time. Started with Shodo, Fashion Nation, closed within 24 hours, MBA, now quitting the job. That was a support what I got. And in a couple of months, my financials broke down. I went from, say, you can say from 10x to a zero. My financial went zero because whatever I saved in my life savings, I invested to back into the company. My friends invested in this company. Now they both are the co-founders of this. We work together, and after 2 months of span, after the launch, they both quit their job. We are full time here. We have left our jobs in this situation of pandemic, and we are working day and night. Actually, we work 18 to 20 hours a day right now. That's what it takes. That's the courage. Don't follow the domogs. Just follow your courage, follow your intuition, take decisions, whether it be right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Just take it and then make them right.
That is really inspiring. The way your friends are helping you out, the way they invested their time in this idea is really amazing. Hopefully, everyone finds this kind of friends. So, moving towards our next question, as we know, you faced lack of resources and support during a hackathon in Ahmedabad. So, we want to know your opinion on how important is networking and team building, and how do events like seminars, hackathon help in growing your network?
Okay. Coming back there, this question, it's very close to me actually. So, because here again, there will be a story coming in a form. So, way back again in 2014, when there was a hackathon happening, my college batch size was more than 500 plus students in engineering. And I banged on each and every one door. So, you can see a calls. I made more than 500 calls, like to have a team. Like, dude, there's a hackathon happening in Ahmedabad. Will you be part of it? Dude, I will pay your expenses there for to and fro. Please come here and let's sit together and brainstorm the ideas and work for it. Nobody, a single person didn't agree. Just imagine how difficult it would be, like a 500 plus batch size of an engineering college, and not a single guy was supporting you. It's a difficult phase. Okay, I went alone to that hackathon. I set it for more than 24 hours. I set alone because I didn't have a team. Because in hackathons, you need a team. Why team? One guy works on the modules. When I say modules, those are the ideation, the execution, and the financials. The other guy works on the technology part, and the third person works on the collaboration and the presentations and what you have to pitch. Correct? What the form of the business you can say. So you actually need at least three people to start it off. But for an individual, so on that same day, within 24 hours, I learned how to wireframe Android application. within 24 hours, I learned wireframing application. I learned the financials, how to make an Excel sheet proper for the investor pitch, you can say, correct. And then slowly and slowly, there I found the college students sitting nearby to me, and they were like, "Dude, are you alone?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." So they were like, "Would you like to be work like sit with us and brainstorm the ideas, and we can help you?" What my idea was, we I had like, let's say I had a 60-70% idea about the application, and they were working on kind of the same application. We merged two things, and there was a woman SOS application was formed. There were three people who I was didn't met in my life, correct. I didn't know their name. They helped me out. Why? Because of networking. We met, like they asked me, would you like to be part of our team? I agreed it, like 15 minutes brainstorming, and end of the day we became friends, and on the end of the hackathon, we won it. Like that, like the same pictures are still real in my eye. I can like see bluntly, and I can say, whenever you are into a startup or wherever you are in your life, there will be very less people who will support you. There will be more people who will drag you down. But always have a courage to follow your heart, listen to your intuitions, and follow your dream. Until date, we are connected. Those three people are connected with me. We are on calls. Few people are there. So networking is those aspect of your life you should learn at a very early age.
Right. So putting oneself out there helps one a lot. Yes. So any tips for introverts?
I myself am an introvert. You can ask my teammates how introvert I am, because it's just I love speaking. I love to speak at any day, any point of a time. If you call me 12 in the night, I will be like, okay, I'm ready. So it's just other part of me. But for introvert, nothing, nothing doing. Actually, I would say nothing doing. Just talk to your friends openly. Everything you should share, whether it be a good friend or a bad friend, share it everything. Correct. This what I did till
Okay.
my 12th standard, and till date I don't have any school friends in my contact list. I did my schooling from a particular school for 12 years, and till date I don't have a single friend. I don't remember any of the names. I don't have on my Facebook or my Instagram or my contact list. Just imagine how introvert I used to be. But
Yeah.
when I step up in 2013, when my engineering started, and when I went to know the people out there, so the mentality difference, the mentality culture was different, mental game was different, correct. So where I just decided to chat with everyone, be friends with everyone. Nobody nobody used to harm you if you talk to them, correct. But two
Yeah.
things I would hear: when you're introvert, whenever you're visiting a mall or wherever you go for a shopping, or whether it be a outing somewhere, chat chat it out. Whether it be a receptionist, whether it be the compounder, or whether it be a chauffeur, whether it be the cleaning guy. When you talk with them and you heard, like listen their stories, it will motivate you actually, and you will become friends. And next time if you visit the same place, he will much betterly greet you. So actually introvert आज के time में it has become kind of a wall. People don't want to break it. Why somebody is entering my zone? And nothing like that. Actually, you want to enter their zone. That's why you are saying you are an introvert. You don't want to break that wall. Just break it that wall and listen to yourself. Be talkative, as much talkative you want to be. In the classes, there might be people who used to talk, talk, and talk. End of the day, when you do sales or you do marketing now, only how much you talk, that counts.
Yes. So again, seeking discomfort and putting yourself out there help a lot. So, how would you define failure, importance of failure in one's life, and what has been toughest phase of your journey? How did you come out of it?
Okay. Again, one of the important life lessons what I learned from this question, or you can say this journey. So I will be coming to it. Always celebrate your failures. I always celebrated my failures by riding bikes, by going full out, because there were times during the young journey, or you can say a starting journey of the career, where there were n number of failures. Where if you, I still remember I was sitting in Mica 7 in the morning. I had to pitch to a couple of people out there for my Passionation startup, and I sat for 12 hours. After that, my number was called, and the first line what I heard is, "Dude, you are in a fashion startup and you don't know the fashion sense." Just imagine the confidence level that you are pitching. You're sitting for 12 hours, and then completely coming down to zero when you hear here you belong to a fashion startup, but you don't have a fashion sense. It. And I'm like, okay. So my reply was, it doesn't matter if you have a fashion sense or not when your numbers are good. Correct. So when you don't know how to complement it, just be who you are and just say it out. What is the feeling coming out of you? So the journey, actually there were n number of failures. Firstly, why? Because of the teammates what I was building, they were like amateur, you can say, because we all weren't knowing about B of the business, you can say, or A of the business. We didn't know how the financials work, how the marketing works. We only know was how to build a technology. Before 5 years, we were building those that kind of a technology which has come to India last year, which is known as augmented reality. We built it for a fashion e-commerce portal, just a software where you have a try it now option, which Mintra used to do, which this I'm not recalling the name of a brand by Aditya Birla. They were also doing this. So augmented reality was a new game into the market, but we failed to it. But after a failure, how you enjoy the failure is the most important thing. Why? Because when you get failed, just sit alone, spend time with yourself, correct, and give a throw a party for yourself. I ordered a pizza, I ordered a Coke, and I had a party. Why? Because again, if same failure came, I will be recalling that, yeah, that day when I failed, I partied. Why should I not do right now? And the most, I hope you are getting this what I'm saying.
That's amazing, sir. Is startup still a good option as the economy again seems to drone because of second corona wave? And how did the pandemic affect your startup?
See, again, there are two sides of a coin, yes and a no. Correct. Every when something hits the Indian market, so whether it be pandemic right now or whether it be a demonetization, everything affects here and there. But few companies have made a fortune. Few companies are yet there they were, and few companies have closed down. So there is always a positive, there is always a negative. So firstly, I will talk about positive. So what positive was? If you have heard how Reliance built their wealth in pandemic, correct? But
Yeah.
but as a student, as a when people or a student or you can say a young grad or young post grad want to start their journey, start their career during a pandemic, it's really tough. It was really tough. The economy wasn't supporting it because I knew when in 2019 when I graduated, sorry, in 2020 only. In 2020, when I post grad completed, I had a job, but there were people who had a job, but still they weren't confirmed when they will be joining. So they got delayed, delayed, and delayed. And there is one of my friend whose process got sorry, whose joining got delayed by more than let's say 12 months. Just imagine what kind of a mental trauma he or she might be going through. Correct? Anyone out there? There were colleges running out. Just see, when we see the pandemic hit, it should be on our shoulders like what's an opportunity into it. Reliance built a fortune, Zomato, Swiggy built a fortune, Dunzo built a fortune, Facebook built a fortune, Aditya Birla built a fortune, but Future Group got down because they weren't. If I talk about the Future Group, they had a good vision, but again, they focus on the solution, not the problem. There are n number of people out there on the ground level, I will say, because of pandemic, they made the fortunes in terms of by selling uh, sanitizers.
Yeah.
Because I know one of my entrepreneur friend who started making sanitizers just for a 20 rupees when it was getting sold for 100 rupees. He made a month more than 10 lakhs just by selling sanitizers. There's an opportunity. It's just the zeal what you have inside you. And again, coming to a negative, see, 2000, your senior batch, they have done their interviews done right now, correct? But I guess people might be remaining for sure. But the opportunity, when the mindset is wrong, you can't help it out. I have heard the stories from the college and from other colleges as well. People are not sitting why the pay package is low or they are not liking the job. Dude, this is the pandemic hit. If you're getting a job at 3.5 lakhs or 2.5 lakhs or 4.5 lakhs, you should grab it. It won't last for more than a year or more than a 2 year. But what will last is your experience. When you will go to another company, when you switch your profile or switch your career, your experience will be seen on the paper. Correct.
Yeah.
So it's just a mindset what people carry. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit because I spent 7.5 lakhs or 8 lakhs, but I'm not getting ROI. If you have to calculate your ROI, then you should calculate actually from the nursery or a first standard when you started your schooling. That's the ROI which you have to calculate actually. It doesn't the ROI what you spend in next 2 years.
Right.
So it's always about the mindset because people or a student, because why a student? Because India's population right now, more than like say more than 60, 70 odd crores is the range from 16 years to 27 years. Correct. So this is a Gen Z generation which doesn't understand. They want everything to be grasped. They want to be apted out it. So it doesn't make any sense. You have to change your mindset. You have to build your future. If you think, yeah, if somebody is offering me 3.5 or 4.5 lakhs, but what if he will remove me? Why he will remove you? She will remove you. It doesn't matter. But what matter is how many days, how many hours, and how much connection what you have built in that corporate life or your career. That will be affecting you for next couple of years.
That was really beautiful and inspiring. After such an insightful and mind-boggling session, last question for the day is one guru mantra you would like to give to our young aspiring entrepreneurs.
Actually, I would like to give two. One is from my side and one is from uh, Steve Jobs. So there's a saying in his book, in his autobiography, where he mentioned in his Stanford speech, I guess. See, your time is limited, so don't waste it using someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other opinions drown out your own inner voice. Correct. Have courage to follow your heart and intuition. So this is a saying by Steve Jobs. And coming down to if you have to ask me, it is always have a never give up attitude. No matter what people think about you, carry a proudness, carry yourself as you are someone who you are. Keep sharing, keep building things. And when you got a responsibility, when you have a responsibility, with responsibility there comes a great wisdom. And with great wisdom, there comes a power. When you have a power, you can build anything what you want. It's always you, it's around us. When you think I, make that I into a we. A single person can't build a company, a single person can't build anything, a single person can't be a friend, not an enemy, not anyone. When there are enemy, there will be enemies. When there are friends, there will be a friends. Carry yourself, be proud of yourself, who you are. Just go with the flow, enjoy the journey, because you don't know you will have second life or not. You have only one. Make it count, follow your gut feeling, be happy as much as you can.
True.
So that's what it from my side.
I am 100% sure this will help everyone to grow more. In the end, we would like to thank you for sharing great business experience, entrepreneurship ideas, and taking time out from your busy schedule. It has been an honor to have you with us. The thing that you shared today have motivated and inspired us to work harder to achieve our dreams. Thank you so much, sir.